Hey guys, today is March the 31st of 2021, and I want to go over Cameco CCJ using Gann price and time technical analysis. Glad to be back. I have been out for a couple of days, maybe a week or so. I had to take care of some personal stuff, but it was good. I got a little rest and back at it again. So without any further delay, let's get into it because I got a lot to cover and I want to do it in a short time. So looking at our March forecast, it looks like none of these dates worked out. None of them panned out. The only thing so far that looked promising and that panned out was that March statistically is a swing high month. The high we have right now is March the 16th of 1971 price target. And that's what we have right now. So this didn't work out. Dates I want you to keep on your radar is the 7th, the 12th, the 16th, the 21st, and the 25th. These dates are for possible swing lows if April turns out to be a bearish month. That's all, because I'm going to show you why. The reason is that this is the square of 9 third dimension technique I use, and I've been back testing it. You know, I can see some promising things here. This is a very strong vibration. Another thing I also wanted to tell you is that whatever dates land on Saturday or Sunday, you could void them because it's not going to work out. Markets are not open on the weekends. So like if this is Saturday, forget about it. So the 7th, I know this is a Saturday, but we're not doing that one. So the 7th, the 12th, the 16th, the 21st, and the 25th. Those are strong levels, or in regards to dates, using Gann's technique. So keep an eye on that for Cameco. This is just saying that April is mixed. This is what I wanted to get into. So using seasonality, this is something you can look it up yourself, stock charts. We can see that March, we go 20 years back from 2021 all the way to 2002. You can see that March is at the 50%. Anywhere between 50% and 40% is kind of insignificant, according to the creators of this seasonality pattern recognition. And what it's showing you is that it's not really much of importance. It's not giving you an edge. And it's not kind of telling you, you know, what March is going to be bullish or bearish. The forecast I used for March saying that it was going to be bullish is because I use another system that it's a little more in depth and it kind of looks at different things. But I like to compare it with the ones online just to see how my model is working compared to theirs. You can move this back and forth. You can see how March is behaving. You know, it dipped 45. It goes as high as 50. So it's not giving you really an edge or telling you what's up, but my system was telling me that March could possibly be a swing high. Now look at April, which the month we're going to go into now. You know, the lowest here is 42 in the last 20 months. We move it up, it goes to 45 and 50. I'm going to show you something. This is bullish. This is obvious. November and December on Cameco, very bullish. You kind of see it's this May, bullish. It's not very bullish like this, but it's bullish. It has a nice pop, a strong month. You know, when it started in 1996, you can see that. Very bullish, very strong. It's comparable to November and December. But you move in all the way from 2002 to 21, you can see that November and December superseded May in regards to a bullish month. So with that being said, June and July, according to this program, is indicating that there are very bearish months. June, July, remember that. Very bearish month. May, bullish. I mean, it's not bearish, but, you know, there's upside to it. April is 50-50. It could either be bullish, it could either be bearish, or it could either go sideways. So remember that. Let's go open up some other stuff I wanted to show you. We're going to move really fast. So hopefully you can watch the video again or just kind of write important stuff. Remember I said June, July, very bearish? Using this cycle analysis on this software I use, there's a 178 cycle that's jumps out at you. And it topped out like the first, second week of March. And it's been pushing, it's just been projecting lower into June, somewhere maybe the second week of June. So the cycle, according to this software, right now is down. So even though we know that May is going to be a pop or very bullish, it could be that we could go down into April, go up. The question is, are we going to take out the high of 1771 and make a wave 5? Or just take it out, period. I'm not even going to include Elliott wave. I'm just going to say, it'll be so bullish that we're going to take out the at 1771 and maybe hit 21, 22, 24. Or it's going to be a dead cat bounce. It's going to be a failed new high. And then we push lower and line up with the seasonalities for June, July for being the bearish months. It's a possibility. But I just wanted to show you certain paths that we might probably take in the next couple of months. With Cameco, I'm not talking about anybody else or the uranium sector, just specifically for Cameco. I'm invested in Cameco, so I research and backtest and, be up all night looking at different information to get a big picture. Next thing, we add 178 plus 156 cycle, and this is the composite, a combination of both, and that takes us to a possible swing low in April, a nice pop or a pop into the first, second week of May, and then do a low in June. That's another route that could probably happen. The last route or path could be adding the 178, the 56, which was the next strongest, and then the dominant cycle, which is 36 composite, merge them all into one, and you get this. A swing low in April. Same thing on May, first, second week of May, a pop, and then a swing low in June, and then, trend higher. So those are the outcomes using this software. So we'll see how that's going to pan out. Now, on backdrop of that, and the seasonalities, now let's look at what the annual cycles show. So this is a 365-day annual cycle, and it shows that we have a low here, and that we're going up and making a swing high on May, which we already knew that May was a strong month, so it's like the first week of May. So this is an opposite of the last cycles I just showed you, where they show lower in April, and then they have a nice little, like a pop on May, and then they shoot lower into June. This one shows that we're going into like the last week of June. But what I'm showing you is that April could go either way. It could go sideways, it could go higher into May, the first week, or it could go low into April, do a dead cat bounce, and then continue into June. And I'm just showing you some possibilities of where it could be a possible, lows in regards to dates. Next thing I want to show you is the harmonics. The harmonics are showing a swing low on the April 4th or 6th, and then a swing high possibly on May 11th, and the same thing for a low on 6/12. Using neural net, this is a computer AI algorithm that analyzes past price action and kind of forecasts. So it said it was a top here, but the top was really here, so that failed, but it did get a little mini swing. Nothing really to go crazy about. But right now it's saying that there's a possible swing low on the 30th, and this is where we're at right now, and that it could probably go all the way to the 12th. So we'll see how that pans out. And then it has a low for the 428, and then it continues higher to June. So we'll see. I want to see how price action goes here. Then I'm going to add another algorithm, neural net from this swing high. If we don't take it out, to see how far and how good and accurate it projects into the future, into the next couple of months. We'll take that out and we'll add, our simple model, which is a composite of the spectrum analysis, and it's showing that there's a swing low here. We go into May, swing high, lines up with the annual, and then we do a swing low into June, which is June, July, our bearish month. So you see the pattern of what I'm trying to show you, seasonality showing it. The cycles are now kind of confirming it. You can see the magenta, swing low, May swing high here, swing low, green cycle pointing low here into June. The red one even going further out, and then the blue one pointing, higher. The composite is a combination of that. And the last one, this is a cycle that's a little more esoteric, kind of hard to explain, but it's showing that there's a swing low into April the 26th. And then a pop in May, which confirms our theory, that it could either go from here, it could go up into May, or it could go lower into April, and then go up into May, and then go down into June or July. This one shows that it goes all the way down into July. All right, I'm into 11 minutes. Let me go a little quicker. Let's take all this out. I don't want to make this video too long. Now let's add our seasonal natural cycles. The green one you can see right here is the decade decimal. It's showing a pop. The annual blue one, so in this fast and this is mid annual, so they're all pointing up. Some top out earlier, this one topped out right here, and they all kind of top out somewhere in May, and then they pull back and they go down to June. This is some quantitative analysis that I don't use, but now I see the importance of it, because right here, this could have gotten us out of a lot of trouble. This is showing that from the 18th all the way to the 26th. Looking back in history, there's an 80% chances that price action could continue going lower in this date range. And right now into the future, you see there's nothing going on here. So it could be chop, it could be up, it could be down, but nothing, quantitatively significant to determine an edge until you get to the April 14th to April 19th. It says there's a 76.2% chance that prices could go up. And then it gets really ugly on 5/9, May 5th, May 9th, all the way to June 23rd. There's an 84% chance, the chances that price action could continue going lower. So that's kind of confirming our theory that April is, up for a coin toss, but May could be a, top or a short, higher low. And then June, July, the bears are going to take it to camp. I'm saying this just to say that this may pan out, this may not pan out, but it's just something at least to give us a guideline, what could be the possible path. Just putting it out there, so like that you can make an educated decision on what you want to do in regards to Cameco. If you own it or you're thinking about getting in, if you're thinking about getting in, this would be the best opportunity to get in somewhere around June, July. But I got to see what, the future looks. But so far, you're going to get into lower prices. So I'm assuming prices are going to go higher from June and July, looking at the charts. All right, so let's get into the big picture. Why I'm so bullish on Cameco, why I picked Cameco. Look at this trend line from 2007. It was $56. In February, we broke above it, closed, and on March, we closed above it and closed. And using Gann's theory, using the center of gravity, possible targets, to the upside is 30 and $28, something that you want to keep an eye on. Those are the two prices I have. If we go down into the weekly, You can see that we hit our target. We're still in the linear regression channel. This is that big trend line I show you. Prices, all the moving averages are pointing up, so that it's good. If we go into the daily, you can see that on the linear regression channel, we fell off of it. We're dancing around the mobile band, which is right here. And we need to get above 1787 to go to the upside. If it's going to be bearish, it's going to have to close below 1614 for a couple of days. And that's going to show some bearish, short-term bearish sentiment. The ellipse, there's a trigger on the 1st, which might be tomorrow, that it's going to probably either explode to the upside or to the downside. I'm leaning to the upside because I'm bullish, but if it does go down, that lines up with our thesis that April could be bearish, and I showed you some possible swing lows. Gann's fans, nothing there. Fib, nothing there. So that's it. I want to go to the next chart. I want to make this video quick. This one I'm just analyzing it. So far it's saying cycle down to April, push up into May, which backs that up May 10th, and then going down, I guess, into May or June. That lines up with the seasonals. As you can see that we found support at the 200%, and we're fighting to stay above this angle right here. So that's bullish. We found support at the 38.2%, and now we're fighting over here. We need to regain 1753 to continue pushing higher. Gann fan, this is interesting because according to Gann's fan, if it's going to push lower into June and July, this could be a support line. If it's like very drastic, maybe an ABC correction, definitely the 1x4, because you can see the 1x4 was holding here. So I would be a buyer June and July. We get down here to 1x4 or the 1x3 and start loading up the truck. This I was using as at a pattern, but the pattern didn't play out. It was supposed to be the 29th, 26th, 29th, and that didn't play out. So right now the pattern's adjusted, and right now it's just kind of void. There's nothing really interesting going on right now, although it's just showing some price levels to the downside, but nothing of importance as of now. The Pitchfork, you can see that it's battling and trying to stay above. It's at 693. Maybe the price is different right now, but that's the balance point. If we could hold that, that could be very bullish. Action reaction lines, you can see that it kind of dipped in here, but now it's battling in this grid right here, and it's trying to stay afloat. But if it if it fails and pushes lower into the future, especially June and July, these are probably going to be some key important levels to be watching. And my Gann emblem here, let's see, let's get a little closer. Maybe we can see something. Using the 53 on the dial, reflecting the March 18th, 20 low, you can see that 1723 was the high today. We had a struggle there. And the low right now is to a 1553, somewhere around here. The high of March the 18th is 1971, so that's right here. So we're going to be kind of floating around here, back and forth. If we could push higher, there's going to be a couple of targets to the upside, but right now we need a break through 1723, which is a strong, you got the triangle and the square intersecting there. So that's a tough, and you got, this angle right here. It's going to be a tough intersection to go and fight through. So we'll see. Was it the 225? Yeah, so we'll see how that pans out. But we need to get above 1730-ish to continue pushing higher on that. I think that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. Lastly, the monthly Gann chart. This is interesting. So I had to do two versions because Gann wasn't really detailed or revealed too much. He's very cryptic when he talks about techniques. You got to decipher it and backtest it because he wants you to earn, how he earned it. He spent 10 years researching and studying it. He's not going to give it to you for free. So I did 2 wave counts using Gann's waves on the monthly, and one doesn't skip a beat or doesn't skip anything, and one does skip for the reaction points because it doesn't really explain that. So using the non-skip, you see that we go into a wave 4, which is a 7, into May, which lines up with a very bullish, month. How high can it go to 24? It could 28, but I'm pushing this as high, as a high ending month. Now, if it's going to be this thing where it closes into, pushes lower into April, and then it has a dead cat bounce into May, and then pushes lower, then I'll adjust this, which will reflect that there will be, a high in May, but it will be, a lower high, not the high to take out 1971. So that's my first count. And then the one is skipping one. Let's see, let's move this over here. So this is the one skipping. So this is the reaction area, and then we count from the impulse. So you got 3, and we count 7, and this leads us into June on the 4th, which is the 7th, and then the reaction point will be July. So if it's going to play out that July is going to be like November, then we have the explosion of December into August, and then we push higher, which makes sense going higher into, October or, November up there. Because that would be a 3 count, and then you got to do the 4 count going up. So that's my forecast for Cameco from April to June, July. So summing it up, April, very mixed. It could go either way. It could go bullish, or it could go bearish, or it could just go sideways. If we go down into April, do a dead cat bounce, fail new high, and then push lower, then it's going to go down either to June and July. If we push higher from here and go all the way high and take out 1771, that's going to be your final wave 5. And then it's going to probably do an ABC correction into June and July, and then we'll resume the trend up. That's it. That's my forecast. That's what I'm planning and gaming on. Best opportunity to buy would be June and July because that's a seasonal low. So load up the truck. If we get to low prices and June, July is around the corner, I'm going to be loading up because that's the time I'm going to be buying. As of right now, I'm still holding my 50% and seeing how the price action's going to reflect this forecast. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you have a great day, successful trading. Hit the like button, hit subscribe button, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on Cameco using double D Gann, price and time, technical analysis.